and welcome to the Monaco 2019 Formula 1 Grand Prix Fantasy Wrap. That's right, we look at the Monaco Formula 1 Grand Prix from a fantasy perspective. My name is Fox Blockhead and I will be presenting today. First of all, the race results, as I said, from a fantasy perspective. Hamilton, he won the fantasy race. He won the actual race, 44 points for him. Vettel came second in both cases, 38 points. But third place, not Bottas, who actually came third in the race, Gasly, 31 points. Well done to Gasly. Now Mercedes, they did actually pick up a team bonus for the last race. They ended up with 80 points. Gasly sneaks into third place with 5 for the fastest lap. Well done, Gasly. Again, coming in, changing for new boots and getting out there and posting the fastest lap. Here's the fantasy results from Monaco from a driver's perspective. You can see Hamilton, Vettel, Gasly, Verstappen just missing out there. Bottas one below. Of course, Verstappen beat Gasly in the race, so he gets the bonus. Bottas was beaten by Hamilton, so Hamilton gets the bonus. That's how that all works. You see Leclerc down the bottom there, unfortunately, did not finish. Minus 14 for him from a fantasy perspective. I know lots of people had Leclerc, the hometown hero for this race, hoping for him to do something. Poor fellow. Don't know why Sergio Perez is circled in 13 there. Maybe because he was the next biggest one in that top 10 over there. You can see I've highlighted anyone bigger than 2, anyone with a value more than 2. Gasly just missing out there, but we've got Albon, Russell and Sainz with a value of 3.05. That's a good pickup for him. A Kvyat with the top value for Monaco. From a fantasy constructor point of view, from Monaco, we have Renault, unfortunately languishing at the bottom, only 4 points from a fantasy perspective. Toro Rosso, 4.13 for their value, super effort. McLaren with a 3.16. Wow. But look at that gap between Mercedes and Red Bull, that is huge. Alright, on to the dream team from Monaco. If this was your team, you got the maximum score as far as I calculated it. 44 for Hamilton, Gasly 31. Obviously that's doubled to 62. Kvyat with 18, Russell 15, Grosjean 13, and Mercedes with 80, making 232 points. Another killer score. I don't think I got too far from that. But then at the other end of the table, we have the dud team. I'm recording Fantasy Formula 1 and I just hear a big screech out the front waiting for the crash. Didn't happen, thank goodness. The dud team from Monaco. If you spent your money on this team here, you would have spent 30, 50, 60, you would have spent about 70 million, but you would have ended up with a very poor score of -5, unfortunately, for Monaco. If that was your dud team, the bonus chance. So remember the driver's bonus if you qualify and finish in the top 10 for 5 races in a row, or as a team if both drivers qualify and finish in the top 10 for 3 races, you get bonus points. So as I said before, Mercedes, Ferrari, they were both up for the bonus chance. With Leclerc not finishing, Ferrari didn't get it, Mercedes did. Well done, Mercedes, you get bonus points all over the place for Monaco. Nice work, Ferrari. Unfortunately, you've got to start again. Same as Mercedes in the next race in Canada. So the bonus chance for Canada, if we have a look here, we've got 2 drivers who are getting close to a bonus. Sainz for the race finishing in the points, Kvyat for qualifying top 10. They've both gone for 3. Azerbaijan, Spain and Monaco, top 10, either race or qualification. I can't speak today. For one of those 2, depending on how they go in Canada, if they both pick up that top 10 finish, race or quali, depending, then they are up for a bonus come France. Sainz and Kvyat, watch this space. Red Bull are actually up for a bonus in Canada as a team. So they've both come top 10, Spain and Monaco for qualification and for the race. So Canada, watch Red Bull. If they can do it again, bonus points for them. They climb up the ladder for the team standings. Alrighty, so on to the season stats. Driver standings as it is after Monaco, with Hamilton in the lead, 215, Bottas 16 points behind, but still the best value pick from the whole driver lineup. Bottas and Verstappen have both had price increases, Gasly with a price decrease, but George Russell still punching well above his waist, punching well above his weight. Points for value. If you don't have George Russell, he's picking up good points at a cheap price at the moment, down to the bottom end of the standings. Unfortunately, Grosjean still hasn't broken even. He has dropped again, 0.8. Sainz up 0.8 with some good results for McLaren in recent weeks, but no one really with a value higher than about 6. Giovinazzi and Albon, both there poised, ready to take some points coming up. Ricciardo just cracking the 0. Constructor standings as it is right now, Mercedes a long way ahead of even Ferrari and then Red Bull. Red Bull no change, Mercedes jumping up again, Racing Point and Haas both dropping slightly with their value, with their price, sorry I should say. Value is Toro Rosso at the moment, 11.43, closely followed by Mercedes. They, for their price, are getting masses of points. They're doing so well, with Alfa and Williams both on 10 and a bit. Alrighty, so onto the Fantasy League. I've taken over at the top. Yeah. Unlucky Salma dropping down to second and third. Engine Blockheads taking over. Let's have a look at the weekend scores. The top 3, I picked up 196, which isn't a far cry from that super top score that we just looked at. Kevin with SGG with the second top score, and then we had a tie with Salma Mercedes and Mysterious Bright Mystery, 155 each. But now if we just look at the season averages, we can have a look after I think 3 races now. Kevin is starting to drop back a little bit. We're starting to even things out, and our top 3 is 164, 154, 137 and 132. So we're starting to get evened out, and hopefully as the season goes through we can see that even out a little bit more in terms of season averages. So let's have a look. Salma Mercedes in Monaco with his best score of 155. Salma, there you go, Mercedes doing it for you. Mysterious Bright Mystery with Leclerc in the team taking his top for Kevin, 155. Double for Albon, well done. Bottas, Mercedes, Sainz, Grosjean. Unfortunately, Leclerc didn't come through this time around. This was my team for Monaco, the Engine Blockheads, that picked up 196, and that was with Red Bull and Hamilton and Bottas. So this is what I'm doing for this time around. I'm going Hamilton, Bottas with a different team, and then the other team that I've got, the Engine, not the Engine Blockheads, follow the signs, has Bottas, Mercedes and other drivers. So changes for Canada: Russell out, Kvyat in. We're going to see if we can pick up that bonus if he sticks with it, and that also gives me another change coming up in a week's time. For Monaco, follow the signs, Leclerc minus 14. I'm going to stick with him though, because I feel it's an abnormality for him. For Ferrari, they will come a little bit good, I hope. I hope. If he doesn't do well though, Verstappen, I'm thinking, is possibly going to come in. That was at 112. That was a very, very ordinary race for follow the signs. But my changes for Canada is Albon in. I think it was Giovinazzi out. That's my one change for Canada for this team. So there we have it. Fantasy wrap for Monaco. We can look forward now to the next race in Canada, one of my favourite races in the year, even though I've got to get up super duper early. Canada Formula 1 Grand Prix coming up on June 8th to 10th, 2019. Qualification is the Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m, June 9th. That's the local time in Canada. Adjust your timepieces. That is when changes need to be in by. Otherwise, they do not count for Canada. I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching. If you think you can do better with your fantasy teams, join the league. The code will be in the description down below. If you think you've got a better dream team than I came up with, please let me know. If I've made a mistake, please let me know. I always want to try and fix those kinds of mistakes. Thanks very much for watching. My name is Fox Blockhead, and until the next race in Canada, I'll see you later, alligators.